Good luck.
Merhabalar herkese. Hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Kanada'da burslu eğitim ve çalışma olanakları için University of Windsor yetkilisi Peter bizlerle. Lütfen sorularınızı soru cevap bölümünden yönlendiriniz. Yes, Peter, the stage is yours now.
Thank you very much, Zeynep. Merhaba, dear participants of our webinar. My name is Peter Petrichev. I'm representative from University of Windsor, and we'll talk today about University of Windsor. Main points, programs, admission requirements. So, University of Windsor University of Windsor is based in Canadian California. So probably you haven't heard of this region, but I'll tell about this region for you to understand where it is. It's a comprehensive university. We don't require any foundation for applications from Turkey from high schools. So students can come to University of Windsor straight after completing of Turkish high schools. And we have over 200 different programs at bachelor and master's and PhD level, all programs apart from medical school. University of Windsor has affordable tuition fees compared to many universities in Ontario province. Many of our programs include co-op and paid internship component. So it means that students can study and work together and get paid well. Our graduate employment rate is one of the highest in Canada. It is over 95%. So Canada nowadays is one of the most popular countries for education for international students. Students come to Canada because Canadian education is well known, it is respected worldwide, affordable tuition costs, and Canada offers postgraduate work permits and also opportunities for application for permanent residency after completion of programs in Canada. And also Canada is one of the biggest job markets in the world. You know that the country landmass is second in the world. It's bigger than United States, but the population in Canada is not very big. It's over 37 million people. However, the country is very well developed in terms of financially and in terms of production, and it requires more personnel to keep the country well developed. So Canada is a migrant country and requires more migrants to come and work in Canada. And one of the best ways to assimilate in Canada is to come and study, find a job, and yeah. University of Windsor is based on the most southern point of Canada. You can see where the star is. We call this area Canadian California. The reason being we're on the same parallel with Northern California. So on the left-hand side, somewhere here, will be Northern California and San Francisco. the climate is very different from the rest of Canada. We know that Canada is a cold country, but in Windsor City, the climate is different. We have very mild winters, I may say similar to Turkey, very hot summers, and we have beautiful falls and very mild springs. We are based on the border with United States, next to Detroit City. And Windsor is a small place, small city. We have only 217,000 people. Very diverse, very multinational, and one of the most affordable cities to live in Ontario province. Climate is very mild, and 7 months a year, our students wear short sleeves. And we're located in Great Lake District. So if you look at the map, Windsor is very well geographically positioned. We are 4 hours drive from Toronto and 5 hours drive from Chicago. Many international students come to us with the first stop in Toronto, and then it takes about 45 minutes flight from Toronto to Windsor. Or some students come through Detroit, and from Detroit, it's about 20 minutes drive to Windsor City. Many international students, when they come to Canada, they get US visas when they come to Windsor, and they travel United States extensively during their holidays, and they go to Detroit on a weekly or daily basis because it's next door. If we look at this picture, you can see the bank of Windsor, Green Bank of Windsor, River Detroit, and on the other bank of Detroit, Detroit metropolitan city. What do we know about Detroit? Detroit is a big 5 million metropolitan city, and it's the automotive capital of the world. If you look at this big gray or duck building, this is headquarters of General Motors, the biggest American or multinational producer of cars. This is the headquarters of Fiat Chrysler Motors. A little bit further is Ford Motors. So as we are located next to Detroit, we have very good relationship with many US companies, automotive companies, and other industries. And we act as a research base for many automotive companies like Ford Motors, Fiat Chrysler Motors, as we are very strong in engineering. Our professors in engineering are one of the best engineers in the world. And we have many engineering programs, including automotive, aviation engineering, materials, and mechanical. And many students come to Windsor to get a seat for engineering programs. Engineering is one of the key programs in Windsor. University history dates back to 1857, over 150 years old. And today we have 16,600 students with only 23% of international student body. We have students coming from over 80 countries, different countries in the world, and many students coming to us to study from United States. Our fees are lower than United States fees. Our programs have less requirements than in the United States. And we have also great employment program, which gives us graduate employment rate for over 95%. That's why many students from United States are coming to us. Also, we have very small groups for students, only 26 students per one professor. It's very small, and many students can sort out their questions during the studies while they study at Windsor. Every year we hold 2 job fairs, and we invite over 200 employees from the region. We're the only university in the region, and all employees come to us because we are the only university in the city. So students have opportunities to meet with employers, to have job interviews, and we assist them to prepare for job interviews. We train them how to write CVs, how to pass interviews, and many of our students get part-time and also full-time jobs with employers in Windsor and around Windsor city. We work with over 200 companies in different sectors, some of the companies you can see in this slide, they're big players like Ford Motors, Fiat Chrysler, Nokia, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Pepsi Cola, Bosch, and many others. And overall, we have over 250 different employers. We can talk about Windsor a lot, but let's have a look who graduated from our university, our alumni. So one of our alumni is Sergio Marchione. He is legend in automobile industry. He used to be CEO of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, Ferrari, and Maserati. I hope you know these automobile brands. Tom Lasorda, also our graduate, he is CEO of Fisker Automotive. Fisker Automotive is a new American company, US company. They produce very expensive electric automobiles, and I saw myself a few Fisker cars in Istanbul. Nadib Baines, Minister of Innovations of Canada. John Bitov, owner and founder of Toronto Raptors Basketball Club, NBA League, the most popular basketball club in Canada. Rob Nicholson, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the country. Eddie Francis, Mayor of Windsor City. Cindy McTrendle, Vice President for the Global Pepsi Cola Company. Brian Messer, Canadian politician. Teresa Virtue, Olympic champion in figure skating. And Mohammed Rafiqsman. These gentlemen came to University of Windsor as international students many years ago from Bangladesh. He graduated from our Faculty of Engineering. He used to work with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who used to be the governor of California. And Mohammed had his research laboratory in California. And nowadays he's advisor on technology policy to the White House of the United States. And Ezgi Yunal Cilik, she came from Turkey. She graduated from our MBA program, and she used to work in the Embassy of Canada in Ankara. So university has 9 faculties. The biggest faculty is Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, with the biggest number of major and minor programs. And you can combine some programs with major and minors and make your own kind of program. Our Faculty of Business is one of the oldest business schools in Canada. It is called the Adet School of Business. It differs from many other business schools due to the fact that we offer not only programs, but we offer licensing. Some jobs needs to get licensed. For example, accounting. To become an accountant in Canada and to work, you have to get a CPA license, Chartered Professional Accounting license, and we provide this during the course of study. Also, human resource management, and supply chain logistics. We provide this licensing during the course of study. Our Faculty of Science has the biggest research base in the region, as we are located in Great Lake District. Faculty of Engineering has one of the most popular programs in North America, including United States. As I mentioned before, our professors in engineering are in the top 3% of best engineers of the world. Faculty of Human Kinetics offers 2 different programs, sport management and also kinesiology, very popular science in manual therapy. Students who would like to become medical doctors, They can graduate from Bachelor of Kinesiology and also Bachelor of Science, Chemistry, Biology, Microbiology, Biotechnology, and go to medical schools for master degrees. Medical schools in Canada start only from master programs. We have big faculty of education. We train teachers for US and Canadian high schools and also managers for universities. And our law program is one of the most popular law programs in North America, including the United States. Many famous lawyers and politicians graduated from our law program. Overall, we have 9 faculties and over 200 major and minor programs with 70 graduate programs. Our bachelor degrees run for 4 years and master degrees are 2 years. At bachelor level, we have over 120 different programs in science, business, engineering, arts, and human kinetics. To get admission for our undergraduate programs at bachelor level, students need to complete high school in Turkey, and we accept students in the final year. So students can prepare their documents, apply for visa, and get visa to come to Canada. We require their GPA from 70 to 80%, and IELTS 6.5 or equivalent. We also accept TOEFL and Duolingo. So not other requirements are necessary for undergraduate programs, and students can apply 12 months before, so in their final year of high school. We have many master programs, and the easiest master programs to get admission are course-based master programs. So our master programs are very popular and very competitive. Master of Engineering programs, extremely popular. We have many minors and majors in automotive, civil, electrical, aerospace, mechanical, industrial engineering. Master of Management has 4 different majors in international finance, accounting, supply chain logistics, management, human resource management, and data analytics. Master of Education is very popular. Master of Applied Computing, and also Master of Actuarial Science. To get admission for our master programs, master applicants need to apply 12 months ahead at least, because too many applications, and students need to show us over 75 to 80% of GPA with IELTS 6.5 or 7. We also accept TOEFL or Duolingo. For most of the programs, we don't require GRE or GMAT. However, GMAT will be required for our MBA program. 2 reference letters, CV, and statement of interest will be required for application. For students who would like to apply for our undergraduate bachelor programs, we have English language pathway program. So they don't need to sit IELTS, or if they don't have enough IELTS, they can go to our English language program for 3 to 6 to 12 months and join our major programs without any IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo exams. Many programs in Windsor have experiential learning component. So it means that many of the programs have co-op or paid internship. So students can apply for these co-op programs, and we help them to get a job. And it's a prerogative of the university. We place them in full-time jobs, and students work from 12 to 16 months. And they get paid, very well paid, from $17 to $35 an hour. If we take an average of $24 an hour, students can easily earn from 45 to 60,000 Canadian dollars in 12 and 16 months. So co-ops and internships are very important, as students need them to get a full-time job, because when students graduate, they need to show not only diploma and degree, but they need to have also work experience in Canada. And this work experience we offer in relative field. So if students study engineering, their work experience will be in engineering. If students study business, their work experience will be in business. Our campus is located next to downtown or city center, and it's a classical campus, and we offer residencies. So average residency includes meals, so students don't need to think about transport, looking for food, for cafes, for restaurants. Everything is provided on campus. And your faculty will be next door, and certainly libraries will be next to your campus residence. You have to apply beforehand, and average residence will be roughly about 15 to 16,000 Canadian dollars per year, including 3 meals per day. University provides student services department on campus. It deals with medical and dental matters. We have doctors and nurses on campus. We have pharmacies. We have academic advising, and we have support for students who have issues with studies. So if a student has issues with any academic papers, we have writing support desk, and we have senior students who support junior students in terms of studies. And you will have extra support without any extra payment to write your papers and to answer any questions you may have from your senior mates. University of Windsor has big international student center. It helps students with immigration, with extending their visas in Canada, with travel assistance. We have soft landing programs to assist students to adapt to Canadian lifestyle and also education. We have many orientational and students events, and we have many exchange opportunities for students, international students who are coming to Canada. So many students use our International Student Center when they arrive. Our tuition fees stretch from 27 to 34 Canadian dollars for bachelor programs, and for master programs from $18,000 to $20,000 per year. Usually we issue invoices and ask to pay for a semester fees, and students usually pay their tuition fees in 2 installments by semesters. When students pay the first installment and even their deposit, we fix their tuition fees till the end of their studies. Even students study a 4-year bachelor program, we will not raise their fees, and the fees will be same as they paid for the first year. University provides lots of sport activities and recreation activities on campus, and we have a big sport and recreation center. It's called LANSA. Students join different sport clubs. We have over 20 different sport clubs, yoga, Pilates, gyms. We have also swimming pool, and this sport and recreation center is home for our 4 professional athletic teams. Like many US universities, we have 4 professional athletic teams in volleyball, basketball, American football, and ice hockey. So if some of you are in sports and are professional athletes, we'll be happy to discuss athletic scholarships for you. And as a university, we provide many scholarships for students from Turkey. And if you have good GPA in high school, over 85%, we'll be happy to offer you a scholarship. Please let us know and we will get in touch and discuss scholarships opportunities for you. This is briefly it about University of Windsor. I'll be happy to answer your questions if you have some. So let's have a look. So there is a question from Chigdem. What is the difference of Canadian education when compared to other countries? Canada offers high quality education. Bachelor programs are usually 4 years, master programs are 2 years. And compared to many other countries, Canada offers work opportunities for international students. And students can start their work experience in Canada from year 1. So students can work 20 hours a week during their course of study. They can work full-time during their holidays. Canada offers many core programs. So it's a paid work experience in Canada. And also every student can get postgraduate work permits, which is up to 3 years after completion of bachelor and master programs. And when students graduate, they can apply for permanent residency. They can get their permanent residency and stay and work in Canada as many years as they want. A question from Anonymous. How long does the admission process take? If all documents are provided, it usually takes 4 weeks for bachelor application and up to 8 weeks for master applications, if all the documents are provided. Another question from Anonymous. Will your university help students to find jobs in Canada? Yes, University of Windsor assists international students to find jobs in Canada, predominantly in province of Ontario. We arrange meetings with employers. We help students to prepare for interviews. We help them to write their CVs, and we arrange meetings. Question from Emre Han. What is the minimum required GPA for mechanical engineering in MS program? There are 2 types of master programs in Canada. MS program is a research-based program. To apply for a MS program, you need firstly to find a supervisor, and supervisor needs to accept you, to give you a seat. And if you get a supervisor, you can apply, and the GPA for mechanical engineering for Master of Science will be over 85%. And acceptance rate for MS program, research-based programs, is very low because there are very few seats. However, we have course-based programs which requirements is lower, and we have many more seats compared to Master of Science, compared to research-based programs. And for example, Master of Engineering, mechanical engineering stream, GPA will be about 78 to 80%. What are other criteria to evaluate appointment of GPA below the minimum score? If your score is lower than required, I may say that university, you will not be successful in your application, because we have many applications for master programs and GPA requirement is quite high. You will also need to meet English language requirement for engineering program, and you can check requirements on the website. Another question from Emre Han. Would we have opportunity about making the payment of education? Not sure what Emre means, but usually when you apply for the program, you need to pay application fee. For master program, it will take 125 Canadian dollars for application, and for undergraduate bachelor programs, $150 for application. And you will need to pay also a deposit. And after that, you get accepted, and you will need to pay for the first semester fees. A question from Sultan Gökçe. I'm a graduate of psychological counseling and guidance department. Can I do my master's in experimental psychology? Does this section exist? Sultan, you need to check our website. The website is uwindsor.ca, and we have psychology programs. You will find what you are looking for. A question from Aybüke Ersen. Is there a master program in dentistry? Dentistry programs is offered by medical schools. We have all the programs apart from medical. So you will need to look for universities that offer medical programs. We don't have them, unfortunately. So these are the questions at the moment. If you have more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. You may use your microphone, and yeah, please go ahead. We're waiting for more questions. Okay. A question from Anonymous. MBA from medical background. It's a good question. We will need to see your documents to tell you if you are suitable for MBA. MBA program does not require same field of study like business, so you may consider MBA for you as well. More questions, please. Another question from Emre Han. By having opportunity about making payment, I meant could we opportunity of getting salary from any area related or not related with the university. I presume you may say that you need to work if you have work opportunities in university. Yes, we do have work opportunities in universities. There are many jobs on campus and off campus. However, when you make application, you need to show your funds to be able to sustain yourself and to pay for education outside Canada. And this requirement is from Canadian Immigration Service. So embassy will be checking your funds, your bank account, and also your payments. Anonymous asked the question, I have been researching master degree programs for the past few weeks. I have a few questions and I was wondering if you could contact via email and ask them. Certainly, I'm putting my contacts in the chat box. My email is peter.petrichev@uwindsor.ca, and the website is www.uwindsor.ca. Please feel free to contact me via email, and I'll be happy to accommodate your questions. Any more questions, please? No more questions.
Looks like you covered all of the questions, Peter.
Okay.
Oh, we just have another one.
And one more question. Anonymous, study permit rejected on the grounds that students may not leave the country. Yes, there are such cases. You need to apply, and you need to put in your letter to the immigration that you plan to stay and work in Canada after graduation. They will consider this, and they will not require you to leave Canada. So when you apply for your visa, you need to put your plan in Canada, in writing, what you're planning to achieve, and they will consider it. Another question from Anonymous. Apart from education fee, what will be the average living cost per month for a student? Canadian Embassy requires $14,000. I may say that accommodation and meals will be roughly $15,000. So put $1,000, $2,000 extra on your expenses per month, and it will be your living expenses. Also, you can work in Canada and you can earn some money to cover your living expenses. Another question. I graduated from law school with 3.54 GPA. I would like to apply for MBA. Is it necessary to have GMAT? And how relative or defining applicants' age for getting visas from Canada? So to get to GPA, to get to MBA program from law school, you will need to pass GMAT, because GMAT is a mathematical test, and they will need to see your mathematical skills. Age, for us, for university, age does not matter. You can apply at any age. However, if you're applying with the age of 30 and above, immigration will have questions about it, and you will need to show your plan. What are your plans in Canada? Are you planning to work in Canada and apply for further migration as permanent residency? And you will need to put it in your letter of statement. More questions, please. Well, if there are no questions, you have my contact details, you have the website. One more question from Urman Kaplan. Do you have any artificial engineering department? We have one of the biggest engineering departments in Canada. I'm not sure if what you mean by artificial engineering department. So we have electrical engineering, engineering of materials, computing engineering, and everything what is in engineering we have. So I'm not sure exactly what you meant by artificial engineering department, but our engineering department is one of the biggest in Canada and the United States. So please feel free to connect me on my email, check our website on programs available, and thank you very much for attending this webinar, and look forward to connecting you on emails. Thank you very much, and you have a great evening.
Yes, thank you very much for the great presentation, Peter. It was a very informative session for the attendees, and you covered all of the questions. Thank you for your answers too. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Umarım sizin için de faydalı bir webinar olmuştur. University of Windsor ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için chat kısmında paylaşılmış olan mail adresinden Peter'a ulaşabilirsiniz. Bir sonraki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Peter. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you very much, Zeynep. Teşekkür ederim. Güle güle.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.